After 10 long years of struggle and sacrifice in Italy, Chike was finally coming home. The entire village of Umweke was buzzing with excitement. He had left as a simple mechanic who sold his only motorcycle for a visa, and now he was returning a big man. The stories of his success had traveled faster than he did, painting a picture of a man who had conquered the white man's land. His wife Ngozi had been his rock all these years. Through countless phone calls and pictures, she assured him everything was perfect. The new house was taking shape, the children were excelling in school, and the money he sent was being put to good use. Chike, filled with pride, couldn't wait to see the life he had built from thousands of miles away. His arrival was a celebration fit for a king. The compound was alive with music, dancing, and praise. "Odogwu has returned, our brother from Obodo Oyibo," they chanted. Ngozi looked stunning, and his children, Kozi and Chidera, now teenagers, smiled shyly. As he hugged them, a tear of joy rolled down his cheek. "My family," he whispered. "I'm finally home." But the joy of homecoming was short-lived. The very next morning, the beautiful picture Ngozi had painted began to crack. The house looked nothing like he'd imagined. The walls were unpainted, the furniture was old, and the roof leaked. When he questioned her, Ngozi's smile was nervous. "Oh, the builder ran away with some of the money, my dear," she explained. He let it go, but a seed of doubt was planted. More discrepancies soon followed. He decided to pay a surprise visit to his children's school, eager to meet their teachers. He was met with shocking news from the principal. "Kosi stopped coming to school 2 years ago," the man said gently. Chike's world tilted. "Stopped coming? Why?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper. "We thought things were hard for the family," the principal replied sympathetically. That night, the atmosphere in the house was heavy. "Why did you lie to me, Ngozi?" Chike asked, his voice trembling with a mix of anger and hurt. She sighed, her bravado gone. "The money you sent, it was never enough. I had to take care of your mother, the children, myself. Things were difficult." He exploded. "So you stopped their education after all my sweat in Italy, washing plates in the freezing cold?" Tears welled up in her eyes. "You don't understand," she pleaded, but Chike felt a chilling certainty that there was much more she wasn't telling him. His instincts proved right. A few days later, sitting outside, he overheard 2 women gossiping. "Ngozi is really enjoying life," one said with a sly laugh. "Her husband is abroad, yet she lives like a queen with that businessman from Enugu." The other added, "That woman is clever. Even her first son doesn't look a thing like Chike." The words hit him like a physical blow. His heart sank into a pit of despair. Sleep became a stranger. The next morning, he looked at his son, Kosi, with new eyes. "Kosi," he asked quietly, "who takes care of you when I'm not here?" The boy hesitated, avoiding his gaze. "Uncle Emeka comes sometimes. He buys things for Mummy and takes us out." The name Emeka echoed the gossip's words, and a wave of dizziness washed over Chika. He waited for Ngozi to go to the market, his hands shaking as he searched her room, praying his suspicions were wrong. Tucked away in a drawer, he found an envelope. Inside were pictures. Ngozi and a man laughing intimately in various places, including his own living room. The evidence was undeniable, and his world shattered completely. When Ngozi returned, she saw the photos in his hand and froze. The silence was deafening. "I can explain," she finally whispered. "Explain what?" he roared, his voice breaking with anguish. "Explain that you replaced me while I was breaking my back for this family, that you lied about our children, that you built a life of luxury and deceit on my sweat and tears?" The commotion drew neighbors, who watched as Ngozi collapsed to her knees, sobbing. "I was lonely. I thought you'd forgotten us. You kept promising to come back, but you never did. Emeka was kind. He helped us survive." Chika stared at her, tears of betrayal streaming down his face. "Survive? You call this surviving? I sent you my love, my hope, my future, and you repaid me with lies." Without another word, he walked out, leaving the life he thought he had built crumbling behind him. He disappeared from the village, but not to Italy. He found refuge at a friend's place in town. A broken man. He ignored all calls and retreated into a shell of silence. Weeks later, he quietly arranged for his mother and children to join him. He re-enrolled them in school and, drawing on his old skills, started a small mechanic workshop. Life had to go on. Ngozi tried desperately to see him, to beg for forgiveness. When she finally found him, his response was calm, but final. "I forgive you, Ngozi," he said, his eyes empty of the love they once held for her. "But some wounds are too deep to be healed by words. You destroyed everything we built." She left in tears, knowing it was truly over. Months turned into a year. Chike slowly found his peace, not in the wealth he had amassed, but in the simple honesty of his new life. His workshop thrived, and he became a respected figure, a man who had tasted both the sweetness of success and the bitterness of betrayal. His story became a cautionary tale in Umueke. When young men prepared to travel abroad, the elders would advise them, "Send money home, but don't forget to also come home, because sometimes the home you left behind is not the one you will find on your return." Thank you for watching this story. It's a powerful reminder that trust is the most valuable currency in any relationship. If this story touched you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next video.